Okay, today what I'm going to do is I'm going to take apart a Promark Shadow GPS P-70 series drone, and I'm going to salvage the parts out of it. So, without further ado, here's the video. Now, first thing, that camera button just pushes down, and you see there's two connectors right there that you're going to have to disconnect. Now you pull kind of slowly until it just kind of pops off like that. Your camera, just lay it to the side. What I'm doing is I'm taking apart this drone for parts, because it clearly has a broken chassis here. You can see underneath there it's totally missing. I've already went ahead and tucked the camera out of the bottom there, and what you mainly need is a screwdriver with a long kind of slender shaft. No jokes. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take the propellers off first. And this is the Promark Shadow GPS P-70 series. Now I'm going to use my fingernail to pry this off. You could use a spudger, but you know, this is fine. And you'll see that there's a plastic, like kind of rubber piece here, and there's one Phillips screw. Now right here it looks like I'm going to need a smaller Phillips head on here, so I'm going over to my other trusty little screwdriver set, which I have a bunch because I work on phones, computers, just about everything electronic. So, looks like I got a smaller bit right here. Okay. Now this isn't going to be exciting as a Bob Ross painting, but this is going to be pretty neat, okay? Let me see if I can adjust this so you guys can see what I'm doing. There's one Phillips screw that holds in the blade on top here. Okay, to get the landing gear out, you want to get the screw out near the back of the landing gear first. There's one right back here. There should be one screw. Then that screw comes out. Lay that off to the side, and as you can see, there's a button, kind of like a little button you push right there. If you can see that. So you guys just push that in. See if I can do this with you guys getting a view. Push that in, and it pulls out, and then you're going to turn this whole thing like clockwise or counterclockwise and just pull up. Because, as you can see how that was in there, just like that, and it turns and it releases it. So we're going to put that over there. And like I said, I bought 5 of these for $35 from a guy that does auctions and buys pallets. And this one was a little bit damaged, as you can see. The whole chassis right here to the motor was kind of broken off, so I'm just breaking it down, taking it apart, because one of the other ones actually need a motor. So out of 5 of them, I'm going to try to get 4 of them working, using this little guy for parts. Okay. Now it looks like, and this is my first time doing this, so I'm learning at the same time. It looks like there may be 4 screws to the chassis that take this off. Let me find them. There's one up here. It's to the side of it. It's actually right here up by the battery compartment. I have found those 2 screws so far. You can see there's a screw right there. And here's another one. We'll be taking that off. You want to be careful taking this apart because, you know, like I said, I'm going to need a motor, and the motors are different. Like I'm going to be using a B motor and an A motor, or there's an A and a B motor, and I'm going to be using a B motor. So, yeah. So if I mess up, guys, you don't have to laugh too hard. And then on these, there are 1, 2 so far. Because to get this protector off, there's one here and one here, and then that will get the shield off that goes over the protective housing of the motor. You have to take that off so the chassis will come off, because it's connected to the bottom part of the body or the chassis of the drone. And then you just kind of squeeze it in and it pops right off. So we got that, and then there's a screw underneath there, like right in the middle there. Right there's a screw. Or no, there's 3. There's one here, here, and here. There's 3 screws. Take those 3 screws out, and it looks like it's going to be like that on where each motor goes. And I'm using magnetic screwdriver so that it'll make it easier. Remember, work smarter, not harder. A wise man once told me that. And you can work harder, but yeah, when you don't have to, you don't need to. So there's that screw, and then we're going to repeat this process over here. See, here's another. This is what I'm calling the protector over the motors. That right there. And that has 2 screws, like I said. One here in the back, one here right in the middle. And then you can just kind of squeeze it in and take it off. And remember, you want to get a screwdriver that has, now I know you guys are going to joke, but it has a skinny kind of shaft on it, so that it'll be able to reach down in to this drone here, to these screws. And I know my desk looks messy, but these are the parts that's coming off the drone. Now you just give this a little pinch and pull up. Just like so. And it comes right off there. I'm going to lay that to the side. And then remember those screws I was telling you about? There'll be those 3 screws. And I will try to edit this video so that you get the essentials of what you need to learn about this drone or what you need to do before this is over with, I'll have a fleet of these things. Which is not bad, because, I mean, this is not a brushless motor drone, which those have a lot more power and accuracy and speed and battery efficiency. But at least this does have a GPS, and you're not going to lose it as easy when you fly these things. So I'd recommend this as a good starter drone, actually. And I'll be talking about the conversion later on, that you can convert these over from the lithium ion that came with it to a lithium polymer. Now this thing should just kind of start to come right off of here, as so. You see it's starting to come up. You pry it up a little bit, and then, okay, once you pry that up, underneath here, if you can see, kind of blocking the view, I know. To get this to disconnect, there is the Wi-Fi board, which is right there. Let's see if I can see it. Right there is the Wi-Fi board, guys. And then you need to unplug the plug that's plugged into it, and that will disconnect the top chassis. Again, chassis just means body of the drone. There was a tape that was hiding that. I will put the tape back, and I will lay this to the side. Okay. Now here's a good look inside of this drone, because I know a lot of people want to say, well, what's in there? Underneath this battery compartment here is the motherboard that controls everything. Basically, it's the computer that tells, this is the LED lights. Basically, this is the computer that tells everything what to do. You have these LED lights that are right here, that goes to the bottom, that lights everything up. You have the gears that are going to turn the propellers. See, here's the gear, and it turns the propellers, and it goes up and down. But the whole brains of the operation is right underneath this battery compartment here. I'm trying to see if there's a way that the battery compartment comes out. It looks like there is. Oh yeah, there is. So I guess I'm going to take that off and show you guys what's underneath there. How about that, guys? A lot of you have probably already seen underneath there, you know, there's a lot of modders out there that mod these. Looks like there's 4 screws. There's 2 screws on each side of this battery compartment. Taking those screws out. And it also looks like there is a ribbon on the top. Like, I'll show you that in just a second. I'll go ahead and get these 4 screws out, on 2 on each side, remember that. Okay, now right here on the battery compartment, let me move that out of the way. Right there, that's going to have to come off. See if I can get a closer up of it. And I'll say it because I don't exactly know what it is yet, but I'll get an idea once this comes off. Again, I'm not really for sure what that is. If it's not really for sure yet. But let's see, this battery pack should come off in theory now. And it does. There's the top of it. See if the bottom part comes off, slides up out of there, because it's on these little plastic stands. And it will come up so far, guys, because what happens is that it's connected to this side casing here. Oh, nope, look, comes right off. I just slid that out from right there, pulled it up, and it comes right off. So, you guys, there is, right there is the motherboard of the Promark GPS P-70 series. Yeah, see the antenna. These antennas are quite small, but unless there's a way to reprogram the software, these things can go only 500 meters. I don't know what that is in feet, because that is the app that is built in. So, and I believe you have to have a Wi-Fi repeater too to improve the signal better. So, but no matter how much you improve it, you're not going to go more than what's in the software, unless you can redo the app somehow. Because if you go into your Promark app, it'll have these settings where you can turn beginner mode off, and you can manually set your parameters to, you know, how high you want your drone to go, or how far out, you know, so forth and so on. And it's a good thing to have in the beginning, because if you're a beginner, you don't want to mess, or you don't want to lose your drone. A lot of people have lost drones. Now, I'm going to go ahead and stop recording for a second. Okay, what I'm after is a B motor. And if you see, if I line up the case where it was broken right there, there is a letter B right there, and that is the motor I'm looking for, because in one of the drones that don't work, that motor is the one that is not working. Okay, below right here on the bottom, it has a plug on this motor, and I'm going to unplug it. When I unplug that motor, it comes right out, and then there it is. This is what I needed for the other drone. And while I'm in here, I'm going to go ahead and take out the motherboard and the other motors, so that I'll have extra parts when I need them. Because like I said, these aren't brushless motors, and these will go out faster than a brushless motor. These brush motors will. Okie doke, let's see. We're going to take these wires, which are all connected to the motherboard. They have these little clips and everything. I have a plastic spudger that I'm going to use right here and pop the LED lights out. You want to use a spudger because if you use anything metal, metal's more likely to scrape and break. See, that popped it out just fine. You don't want to scrape or break any of these components here, because you'll be able to reuse these. And this chassis itself, guys, is really light. Kind of surprised a little bit about how light this is. There we go. See, that's coming along right there. Almost kind of looks like some kind of weird little octopus. See, this is just snapped down in there. Snaps right out. And then at the very bottom, if you guys can see that, there are 4 screws holding that motherboard in there. Or logic board, whatever you prefer to call it. you just take those screws out. There are 4 Phillips screws. They're rather small. There's 2. Here comes the 4th one. You get that. There we go. Let's see if there's anything else holding it in there. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. I used a spudger. It just popped out. It kind of surprised me for a second. And there you go, guys. That is the inside of your Promark GPS Shadow Drone P-70. Look at that. It kind of looks like War of the Worlds or a gigantic octopus or something. But right there it is. There's your drone. Woo! Okay. So we're going to have that extra part. Put that over here to the side. And this is what the empty of the bottom shell looks like. Here it is upside down here. Okay, that is basically how you take the Shadow GPS Promark drone apart. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I always need more subscribers. Smash the like button and leave some comments in the comments section below. Alright guys, I will see you later.